The film that you're about to see captures a bit, I think, of the magic of Mr. Mangum and of his program.
Quiet on the set. Stand by, the Q talent. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
The process, the discipline, the time management, the decision making, the planning, the cooperation. These are lifelong developmental skills that we're after. And the byproduct is the television show.
Having joined Relay at 9, I was introduced to the broadcasting field. And it helped me decide what I want to do later on in life. And right now, I'm taking classes at North Carolina A&T as a broadcast production major. And had I not been in Relay, I wouldn't know which direction I'll be going today. So Relay has helped give me a foundation.
Working with Relay gave me a perspective on life. I really don't know what I'd be doing right now if I wasn't working. I didn't do the work with Relay because now I work for WB20. And it's kind of the same, but it's kind of different. Relay showed me the background of TV and stuff like that. Now I'm working in a traffic department out there, and I'm finding out the little nitpick that, you know, go behind the scenes and where the money come from, the TV station make money and stuff like that. So basically it gave me something to do in life. You know, I was taking communications in college to go into TV production because it was something. And Ted had started training us when we was 11. I started when I was 11. And you know, training like that you just can't find for basically free because we didn't have no funding. And we were broke back then.
Some of the early experiences as far as like taking a lead, directing, going into a studio and having to learn everything that you had to do in there. And initially a lot of people were like, no, them children can't do it, they can't do it, but of course we proved them wrong.
And how to use it is one thing, but there's more to the Relay program. The more being getting kids interested in education overall.
2 sounds, 5, 4, 3. Before I joined Relay, I was given a book to read, and if I read that book, I would come back and be on the show. And I came back and I read the book, and I seen that there was a lot of young people producing the show, and I decided I wanted to be a part of that organization. And I learned how to direct, run camera. I even had an internship at Fox 8 at the age of 12, and also had an internship at WQMG, all by being a part of Relay.
Relay helped me a lot with what I'm doing right now. I do a little bit of video production with my students. And I also had to turn in a portfolio project where I had to videotape different things going on in my classroom, and it was so much easier for me to edit because I had edited before.
I started working with Relay at about age 8. I was in 3rd grade then, and when I first went into the Relay, I believe it was the summertime, and first thing we had to learn were the basic skills in teamwork and working together to get one goal or to accomplish something. And that helped me when I went back to school also, as far as working together, because I had never really liked working as a team with people. I always felt that, you know, the burden would be on me, but, you know, it helped me to work with people a lot better than I had before I went into the program.
We'd like you to meet a group of Piedmont teenagers bringing city council meetings home to people who might not be able to take them in person.
And Ted says that he has a hard time coming up with enough money, however, to keep that 5-year-old program going.
He's something for those kids. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I think it seems to be, and there are people in other cities who seem to agree with that. In fact, there's some folks in Winston-Salem, Ted is telling me, that would like to see a relay chapter here. So
great idea.
Well, the skills these kids are learning are also paying off for us here at the Piedmont News Channel.
The downside to that story is that Ted says he has a hard time coming up with enough money to keep the 5-year-old program operating. Quite a story, though.
Hope he can keep it going. The relay program is open to all Greensboro kids, but because of its growing popularity, there's a long waiting list.
With the people at Relay, you see them, I think we went every Wednesday, so you get really comfortable in front of them. But when you go out in front of people that you don't usually see, these people are important. They're city council members and people in Charlotte who probably never, I know they never saw me before. That, it helps you to realize what your skills really are. Because there you feel like, at Relay in the studio, you feel like you can mess up and it'll be okay just because you're around people that you're comfortable with. But when you go away, you realize, you know, you have to be serious about it, you have to do and get it right the first time.
I still to this day tell people I used to have 2 TV shows when I was a teenager.
I joined Relay when I was 8 years old in the 3rd grade. And I guess my first impression of it was, I thought it was pretty cool to be able to use cameras and do my own little show with kids my age and make it look like adults did it. I thought that was pretty neat.
It introduced me to some good people, and it was a great experience being able to have my own television show, learn how a TV station works. Now sometimes when I look at shows, you know, I pay attention to how they fade to black, how they go from different camera angles, things that I wouldn't have paid attention to, I don't think as much, or known how it was going on if it had not been for Relay. Also, I remember in college, friends of mine that were mass communications majors, and they would talk about things, and I knew exactly what they were talking about. And it was so funny that they were learning about these things that from my experience, I don't know, I could have gone in and pretty much done everything that they were doing just from what I learned with Relay.
Chill out. Pan.
You rock the pan down, then you rock the silk down. Okay?
This is definitely a worthwhile program. It builds character. You learn at a young age responsibility, and it's a program where you're allowed to touch equipment without feeling like you're going to break it, because you're taught to understand and how to work it, and it's not real restrictive. So you learn a lot, and it helps with a lot of aspects of life that you need later on.
And I learned a lot with Relay. We was able to film different things, city council meetings, downtown, other projects that we encountered as well. It was educational. I was able to learn different or meet different friends in the process. Even people while we interned at WGHP Channel 8, different personalities we were able to meet, even on the national scale.
I learned that, you know, the only thing I can do is be me, you know, and fulfill. If I'm a good person, I'm a good person. I'm a bad person, I'm a bad person. I decide who I am as a person. And what people perceive is what people want to perceive. You know, people are going to see what they want to see. But you are who you are, you know, and you are what you do. And if you do good things, whether with your life and impact others around you, then that's what really taught me. It's like, it doesn't matter how many people are against you. It doesn't matter what your message is, and, you know, for what odd, selfish reason they are against you, or, you know, just because they, you know, can't do what you want to do, or they just, you know, despise you because they won't do what you want to do, because they have self-interest. You know, I got to UNC, I was like, you know, I'm here for a reason. I'm here to get education. I'm here to succeed, because that's the only way we, you know, that's what Relay was about. It wasn't about videotaping, it was about information technology. You know, who would have thought, you know, 15, 20 years later, the world could be based upon information technology. And that's what, because when the internet came out, we were all like ahead of all of our peers. We all knew what was going on. You know, with the digital age, we were like leagues beyond the people around us, you know.
When we first joined Relay, we were, my twin brother Evan and I, we were 11 years old, and